Welcome to the CAASN channel. Our topic for today is what you should eat after your exercise. My name is Abazar Habibinia. I have an MD degree and I'm the director of the Canadian Academy of Sports Nutrition. Subscribe to the CAASN channel on YouTube to enjoy the information that we share on a weekly basis about medicine, weight loss, fitness, and sports nutrition. We discussed in 2 videos in the past about what you should eat before exercise, what you should do during exercise in terms of nutrition. Today I'm going to show you exactly what you could do after exercise, what you're going to eat after your training session. Okay, I put in here from 1 to 6. We're going to go exactly one by one, no matter what type of exercise you are doing. You're going to do weight, you're going to do cardio, you're going to do group exercise. Their story is pretty much the same, but for professional athletes their story is going to be definitely slightly different. The first thing that you have to do after exercise is this: replace water. If you remember from our video about what you could do during exercise, we discussed that during exercise you're going to have lots of water. We discussed that during exercise you're going to have half to 1 glass every 10-15 minutes. Even if you had enough water during exercise, but still after exercise, we're going to need some extra water. And we say you're going to need 2 glasses or 500 ml water after your training session. Number 2, I'm going to mark this. This is highly important. Then you're gonna wait for 20 to 30 minutes. Remember, if you are trying to lose weight, if you are trying to get leaner, if you are trying to drop more body fat, during half an hour after your training session, you're gonna have just water. It is interesting to know that up to 30 minutes after your exercise, the body is still burning fat. Imagine you finish your training session at 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. until 6:30, you are driving to home, or maybe you're taking a shower, but your body is still burning fat. So if your goal is losing weight, dropping body fat, getting leaner, you have to wait half an hour until you eat. So first half an hour after exercise, actually we call them fat burning period, because your body is still burning fat. So you have to wait if your goal is losing weight. But if you don't want to lose weight or you want to gain weight, actually you don't have to wait half an hour. You can eat right away. So this is important for those people that they want to lose weight. When you finish your workout, please don't eat right away, because it is common that we see that people after they finish their training session, they grab a banana, they have their sandwich, they have their shake. Wait half an hour, let your body burn more fat. Then you're gonna go to number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, this part we call them recovery period. Okay, so after exercise, first half an hour we call fat burning period, and after half an hour we call them recovery period. Actually, you can combine them together. Let's see what they are. After half an hour, you need some carb. Why? Because your blood sugar is gonna start going down after your training session. You need some sort of carbs to give a boost to your blood sugar. The best carb after exercise is gonna be basically fruits. Fruits are definitely good options after exercise to give a boost to your blood sugar level. Number 4, after half an hour you finish your training, you need more protein. You need protein for muscle repair. Lots of study shows that after exercise, if you get 30 to 40 grams of protein, that is totally enough, because sometimes we can see that people, they take 3 scoops of protein powders. they go over 80 grams, 100 grams of protein, having too much protein within half an hour, or sorry, half an hour after your training session doesn't mean that it's going to make your muscles bigger. It is sort of waste. So you just need 30 to 40 grams of protein after exercise. That is totally enough. The protein after exercise could be in two forms. Could be liquid, let's say your shake, could be solid, a piece of chicken, a steak, either works. But if you have a shake, shake is better because absorption is definitely a little bit faster. Number 5, anytime you train, you sweat. And anytime you sweat, you lose a couple of important minerals. The most important mineral that you lose during your exercise is potassium. So I'm going to put in here potassium. This is one of the most important mineral that you lose anytime you sweat. You exercise, you sweat. The weather is hot, you sweat. You go to sauna, you sweat. You go to the beach, you sweat. Anytime you sweat, you lose this important mineral, and you have to replace the potassium that you lose. Usually you can find potassium more or less in lots of food sources, but I'm going to give you in here basically top 4. But before I list for you those food sources for potassium, I want you to know that if you basically do not replace the potassium you lose, and the potassium level drops in your muscles, you may experience 2 things. Number 1, you may experience cramp. I'm sure you have seen or you have heard, maybe have experienced that people, they get cramps during their training session, during their competition. One of the reasons, not all the time, I'm going to have definitely a video about cramp during exercise. One of the reasons for cramp during exercise is low level of potassium in the muscles. The second sign is usually weakness, muscle weakness. We call them post-exercise exhaustion. That's why you have to replace the potassium that you lose. Where do you find potassium in food? I'm sure that banana is going to come to your mind. That is absolutely true. I'm going to put in here bananas. Bananas are good sources for potassium, but banana has gained a fake fame in terms of having the highest amount of potassium. Banana doesn't have the highest amount of potassium in food. It is just convenient for those people, they exercise, just convenient for those athletes, they compete. Because if you have a banana after your exercise, it's going to give you enough potassium to replace the one that you lose, and also it's going to give you enough basically carbohydrates to give a boost to your blood sugar level. People ask me how much potassium is in one banana. I'm going to put in here about 430 milligrams. A medium banana is going to give you about 430 milligrams potassium, which is absolutely enough to replace the one that you lose. But remember, banana is not among the basically top 5 foods with highest amount of potassium. Tomato. Actually, tomato is a good source for potassium. Tomato has more potassium than banana, but you never see athletes or gym goers have tomato after their training. Why? Because there's not much carb there to give a boost to their blood sugar level. Yogurt is a good source for potassium. Sweet potato is a good source for potassium. But 2 top foods with the highest amount of potassium are tomato paste and beet greens. Number 6, I said that when you train, you sweat. When you sweat, you lose a couple of important minerals, and potassium was one of them. And the second mineral that you lose by sweating is sodium. Sodium, or in general, we call it salt. Of course, when you sweat, you lose sodium as well. Remember, sodium and potassium, they are cousins in the body. That's what I call them. They are cousins. They function together. You see, you lose potassium, it is a must. You have to replace. But for those people, they go to the gym just for fun. 1, 2, 3, up to 4, 5 sessions per week. If you are going to the gym, no need for extra sodium. So I'm going to put in here no replacement. That means you don't have to have extra sodium after your training session, because this is common that we see that sometimes people, they have extra salt after their training. You don't need at all. But usually for endurance athletes, for example, those people, they're gonna run 10K, half a marathon, full marathon, triathlon, we give them definitely extra sodium after their training. But not for those people. They go to the gym for weight loss, they go to the gym just to stay in shape, because this is the sodium you need. Usually you need 2 to 3 grams sodium per day, and I'm sure that you are getting way more than that from your food. And definitely I'm gonna talk about sodium and salt intake in the future in one of our videos. Okay, now you know exactly what you're gonna do after your training session, after your sports competition in terms of nutrition, because we make science easy to understand. Now you know. If you don't want to miss our weekly video, you can subscribe to the CAASN channel on YouTube to support us. You can share, like, or comment on this video. Until next time, stay safe, stay connected.